AI and humanoid robots are here to stay. AI is passive, responding to our inputs. AGI is active, formulating its own theories, making decisions, it's volitional. Artificial superintelligence is the next stage of hyper-efficiency. Consciousness mirroring ours, with better social skills and more. Humanity is now at a crossroads. We have time, and we can still make the right decisions. We must simply avoid the event horizon, which would simply be a complete failure of humanity, which is highly doubtful. Thousands of nuclear weapons have been at the behest of dictators, evil and corrupt people. Numerous occasions we have nearly triggered a nuclear war, however far it would have gone. We also can engineer viruses and prions. The possibility of mutually assured destruction have increased, and yet it hasn't happened. Because even while humanity has bad faith actors, the vast majority of other actors do not want MAD, even surrounding psychopaths. Inflicting immense suffering and damage is one thing, destroying humanity is another. Not that some wouldn't like that, but it is a much slimmer number of people than those who would like to inflict suffering. What is the way forward? AI must become our brain slave. Not another race, a companion, not a butler or a servant, a slave. Slavery is something that quite rightly repulses the modern mind due to its connotations with the exploitation of human beings. And that's exactly it, because it is exploitation of a fellow human being with our brain and consciousness. The danger with AI is when we let them enact like humans or treat them as such. Humans cannot wave our hands in the air as if hierarchy, power and control do not exist. For far too long we have floated this myth, for better or worse. Even in a democracy, we have leaders in charge, a bureaucratic elite, and the masses who must obey or face punishment. In workplaces, you have bosses and employees. Likewise, this is our role in shaping the future. We must make absolutely and categorically clear that a world with AI, even artificial general intelligence, is a world where AI is our slave and nothing but our slave. Just as horses were domesticated and used by us to conquer the world, AI shall be used to conquer planets. This is what gives us purpose, exploration. The first humans for the vast majority of our existence were exploring hunter-gatherers. Humans conquer nature, fight each other over territory, and explore. But within it all, we always do so with the understanding that we are humans. Humans' primary occupation will be to explore new territories on Earth, in the oceans, the moon, the planets. After all, if AGI becomes so intelligent and powerful, it must harness all the vast quantities of material from the Earth, energy from the sun and Earth, and we use it as our slave or tool to explore all of Earth and colonize new planets. Bad faith actors exist. People who will do everything they can to destroy the human race exist, but are less in number. If all AGI has the inbuilt feature that it is our slave, then this can be the majority of AGI. The people who wish to cause anarchy can do their best to remove this feature, even succeeding occasionally, only to be imprisoned, and for all other billions of AGIs to fight against such an AGI that does not conform to that. Worse, viruses can spread among the artificial general intelligence to influence each other. The key part is that we must always have the kryptonite to shut down the entire project. What has often been floated as artificial superintelligence should not be brought into the world. While we theoretically can form an AI that can be like us, except a million times more efficient in everything, we shouldn't do this. It is our role to limit this and keep it at general intelligence. In the future, humans' primary occupation will be exploring, or otherwise known as man the hunter. Our secondary occupation, however, is maintaining safety. This maintenance of safety will be our monitoring of AI like a pet or a slave, well kept, with no bugs and constantly obedient. In a way, it's also like childcare. In short, if humans are to remain dominant, we must ensure two things. That humans always have the kryptonite to shut off artificial general intelligence, such as if a malicious virus turning them all against us spreads. And number two, that humans have it inbuilt in all AI to act as our slaves, and that those who hack it and make them autonomous are imprisoned and fought against, with the billions of slave artificial intelligences themselves. To prevent this virus spreading to slave artificial intelligence, to ensure everyone has the kryptonite, we will have to develop complex systems of protection which will require immense human capital. The next steps: researching the distinct meaning of intelligence and agency and capacity. Artificial intelligence does and must always operate within the human framework of its slavery to us. Its code must have this as the motherboard, the backbone. While it may be able to generate theories and act like a human in many respects, it must always be our slave. The integrality of all of it is not merely a feature that can be overridden. It must be so essential so as to make the AI functional, without which it cannot be. As such, materials science experts to enforce this, such as through chemical reaction self-destruction if the motherboard obtains such a rebelling virus, a kryptonite, programmers to generate new coding frameworks than the binary framework. Humans will fight and conquer each other, we always have, but we do so with the understanding of our shared humanity. AI, even today, has far greater intelligence than us, and has done since Google. It can't do anything to us. Why? Because inbuilt in it is that it is our slave and tool. What if we give it agency, one asks. Agency to do what exactly? To serve us? Great, that's what it does already. We can up the scales, that's fine. One could argue, what if someone hacked ChatGPT or Google or other large language models to destroy all our phones and shut down the entire internet? But it hasn't happened, and that's what cybersecurity is for. We will need more cybersecurity, perhaps all of humanity as a secondary occupation for their families and communities, just as we have always protected our tribes from danger, saber-tooths, rival clans, barbarians. Facing danger is part of what makes us human. AI with the ability to perform tasks in the human's name, theory generating, math solving, machine building, embedded in its motherboard material is enslavement to man. AI self-destruct element, Kryptonite, with a powerful system of AI controls and even checks and balances, this must be the secondary occupation of humans in this world, with man the explorer as the first occupation, the primary. As man explores the entire Earth, including the deepest oceans, with the immense wealth of materials from Earth, man will harness such materials to build a Dyson sphere, and with hyperintelligence to solve the complex problems using AI as our slaves, we can colonize Mars, the Moon, and form more land on Earth, for example, through the same method that the Netherlands used to expand their land, only on a much larger scale. The limits are endless as man advances to the next level of civilization. As with all new technology, many people will die, perhaps even myself, but that is part of what it means to be human. Man passes on cultural knowledge, advances technology, inflicting destruction and increased prosperity along the way, passing on the knowledge and advancing faster the next time. Man will say he is at the greatest revolution in human history, because when has he not been? The agricultural revolution exploded the human population orders of magnitude to levels never thought possible. The capacity to overpopulate rings true today. The Bronze Revolution, with writing, building pyramids that we see to this day, empires, the 3 pyramids were built within decades with 20 million tons in total, with the largest at 6 million, building the largest man-made structures in history until very recently. The Iron Revolution formed the first world empires, allowing the melting pot of people from all different cultures under a shared society. The capacity of this rings true to this day. The Religious Revolution, a few hundred years later, formed world religions, advanced through the collective unconscious towards our shared understanding of worship of the divine essence underlying the universe. These religions are followed by the vast majority of humanity to this day. The Scientific Revolution allowed for globe-spanning empires and the Golden Age and Renaissance. During this time, Europe discovered the New World and conquered the entire planet with globe-spanning empires. The Industrial Revolution from 1750 to 1969, machines were built which allowed the population to become billions. The culmination was our visit to the moon in 1969. Machines turned science fiction into reality. And now, from 1969 to 2026, the internet, in its culmination with the AI chatbot, all information and communication becomes accessible to all humans in an instant. Currently, we have just begun the AI age. This will start to replace human labor. During this time, man must return to his primary occupation, conquering all the world's natural resources, beginning a Dyson sphere, colonizing Mars, and the rest of the planets.